Now it's recording.
Okay.
Hey guys, back in action here. Today we're working on gas tank for the Ramcharger. So we've got our old unit here. Very rusty, very crusty. Doesn't have screws attached to it anymore. Then we've got our new unit here. Shiny, not crusty, still no screws, but I can do something about that. This is the fuel sender. Well, what used to be a fuel sender. The screws are very rusty, crusty, and they're made to be a Phillips, but Phillips don't work anymore. This kind of reminds me of those stupid TikTok videos of when people try to remove fasteners and they just like don't do anything that's supposed to be done. So screwdrivers, vice grips, never works, right? So then you got your cutoff wheel, and that's going to work. So all we're going to do is to cut a groove in it that will work with a flat blade screwdriver. And if we get to the point where the flat blade doesn't work, we'll just cut the whole head off, and then something will happen.
Nice.
Uh-oh. I thought it was coming out too. Guess not.
Nah.
That's even worse. Ruh-roh. Let's try another one. I'll be smart and work this one back and forth instead of just sending it. And it just broke too.
Yep.
Not good. Very not good, actually. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. Might just have to drill holes all the way through it. There's nuts, but they're formed into the plastic. So there's nothing on the back side. I was like, I'm wondering about heat, but if you add heat to a plastic gas tank, I can't imagine that being any better than what's happening now.
Definitely not.
So, let's break the other four. Alright, I could do a rusty bolt count on this one too. Right now we're 2-0, bolts are winning. But maybe these bolts are just very stretchy.
Oh, no.
If we weren't recording, they all would have come right out.
Yep. That's how it goes.
The one that I cut all the way, I can put a vice grips on. Broke it again.
Nice.
They're like, use plastic gas tanks, they won't rust. Okay, but what about this? So, get in nice and close and you can see all the broken bolts line up perfect, which is kind of good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn it just a tiny little bit and then drill new holes. So I really think that would be pretty decent. They are kind of overkill screws, but in theory they wouldn't break, which apparently we have issues with, so. So I'm going to do small bolt, more like factory size rather than big bolt. So I got a nice small drill bit. We're gonna drill it out and then make up our mind. Hit me. Tap. Hole. We did it.
Did it work though?
Feels like it worked. Yeah, but I got that one.
Yeah. I'm just saying. I got one.
So the whole scheme here is we run the screws to the outside from the inside, and then we can use them as studs. So we Loctite them in place, and then we just put nuts on the sending unit, and it comes apart and goes back together very nicely. If I was Loctite in the Haction garage, where would I be? Empty box of washers, grinder wheel, drill bit, 2x4s. Here. You can burn it. Have fun. If I were Loctite. Maybe, yeah, something kind of like this, but instead of saying lubricant, it would say seasoned. Sealants. Maybe it's in here. Gasket maker, gasket maker. If I were Loctite. If I'm more super glue. I was actually looking for that the other day. It's Loctite brand super glue. What?
No.
Hey, there it is. Why didn't you tell me it was right there where I put the super glue?
See it?
Thread locker red. High strength. You know, you can use my little trinket I made.
Can
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah, show your mechanism.
my mechanism. It holds the screw, and then I turn the screw via fingers or via pliers. Okay, we're in.
Okay, cool.
Yep, I'm gonna turn it with the pliers. So you can see the way the screw is held in there. So here you can see the screw is just about to come through to the surface. I'm gonna push the jig out of there. Ugh, there we go. Comes right off. I'm on the last one. 6 out of 6. And I think I'm gonna start drilling more holes because I'm getting so good at this. I'm having so much fun. Yeah. So much fun. This kind of brings me back to my preschool days. They say a dot is a lot and a lake is a mistake. Okay, since we can't put a screwdriver down in here to tighten up these screws, double nut it and then turn the screws until they're snug this way.
I'm right.
All right, now the real test is going to be if this actually fits over the studs, because they're all just a tiny crooked.
Yes, they are.
Okay, none of them line up. How about that? If we pop the tank back up, I think it'll work. They're just all in a little bit because the tank's down.
It's obviously sunk in. So what we did is we used his heating gun and we used a clamp in a block of wood. And we clamped it inside of here as we were heating it up to flatten it back out.
As you see, we got our studs in there. It's got it pulled up and then heated the plastic so it would kind of stay that way. Got our gasket. Now we just have to drop the sending unit in and tighten up some nuts. I did also clean out the tank, which I didn't show, but not needed. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Clean the tank after you drop a whole bunch of rust and metal shape. So I'm doing just a little bit of labeling on these before I fully seat this. So I know this one here is going to be the ground, so that's got to go straight to chassis, and then this sensor wire will go to the gauge. This one is the vent hose. This one supplies the V8, and this one is capped. All right, we got these new fancy washers and these new fancy nuts, and let's put them on. All tightened up, ready to go. We went from this to this. Let's go. All right, so we're at the back of the Ramcharger. We're installing the gas tank that we just fixed up. The truck didn't come with hardware for the gas tank, so we're gonna have to build our own. So basically it goes through this egg-shaped hole, and down through this strap, and the strap tightens up into it. So we ended up building our own bolts, as you can see. Goes just like that. And that's how the gas tank is held in. So I'm not sure how to record this part. We're gonna start off by putting on the filler neck and get that ready to go up in there. I should probably throw this guy on there too. So as we get it up in here, gotta make sure we install all of the hoses and the electrical connectors. We've got our fuel filter return hose on. I wasn't sure how long to cut this new fuel line, but I think I am able to do that now. Don't forget to put your clamp on. At this point, I'm sure you're thinking, Logan, you're missing a hose. You're wrong. That hose is capped on the inside of the gas tank, and I believe it would just be for a charcoal canister if equipped. Which, from 1974, not equipped. So I ended up drilling a little hole through the tip of this bolt of both of them. My concern is that these nuts will loosen up and the gas tank will fall. So my remedy for that is to put a cotter key through it, and then the nut can't back off. We got hose clamps tightened up. Lastly, we just got to tighten up our brackets here and we're good to go. Fuel system complete. Thanks for watching this portion of the build. I've been working so hard on it. I can't wait to have it driving. Now that the fuel tank's in, that's one of the big hurdles that I've been struggling with. We still have to do up engine stuff. I really appreciate you guys watching. If you've made it this far, please go ahead and subscribe, leave a comment, send it to your friends. I'd appreciate all of it. Let me know what you guys think of the video. If you got any advice, let me know. Thanks for coming, guys. Have a good one. Haction out.